One thing is certain about Research America's Geoffrey Beene Builder of Science honoree. He thinks big. The operative word here is think, which makes Nobel laureate Dr. Leland Harrison Hartwell uniquely different from most people in our country. And that is why we are celebrating our honoree and the other exceptional scientists this evening. Scientists think about big questions, and our builder of science was thinking about a very big question from 1968 through 1997 when he led a research team at the Department of Genetics, University of Washington, using cell biology and yeast cells. No, folks, he wasn't baking bread, but it was the same single-cell fungus which makes bread dough rise. Well, at the time, most scientists thought yeast was not a good model for understanding the complexity of human cells. But Dr. Hartwell persisted. I got to observe firsthand what it means to persist, because I enjoyed my discussion with Dr. Hartwell as we discovered that we both love to cook and bake. So, Teresa, you're real lucky. Nevertheless, he was investigating how yeast cells divide and the fundamental role of checkpoints in cell cycle division, the duplication of cells in response to DNA damage. Well, he and his team's discovery of protein molecules that control the division of cells led to discovering two proteins, cyclin and CDK, cyclin-dependent kinase, which controlled the transition from one stage to the other that led him to earning the 2001 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. Greatness, and we're in awe of it. And with greatness comes more honors, well, of course, including the Albert Lasker Basic Medical Research Award, the Gardner Foundation International Award, the Alfred P. Sloan Award in Cancer Research, and the Genetic Society Medal of Honor. Dr. Hartwell is also a member of the National Academy of Sciences. Once more, Dr. Lee Hartwell, as a builder of science from 1997 to 2010, was president and director of the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center. And during his leadership, the center completed its expansion and consolidation to the South Lake Union campus and formed the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance in partnership with the University of Washington and Seattle Children's Hospital. Then Dr. Hartwell joined the faculty in 2010 at Arizona State University, where he has several appointments in different schools, is director of the Pathfinder Center's Biodesign and Chair Institute and Virginia P. Piper Chair of Personalized Medicine. He also leads the Honeybee program, overseeing a series of clinical trials using wearable devices to monitor physiological parameters in clinical patients for a variety of diseases. And there's more. Typical of builders of science, they're like architects. They keep wanting to add one more room, one more room. He's involved in national and international projects to increase the number of laboratories working in protein diagnostics, to develop more team science, to improve the availability of informatics for data sharing, to provide standardized regions and stimulate new technology development. Now, has his schedule made you feel a little tired yet? Builders of science are inexhaustible. So, learning about Dr. Hartwell, I grew curious about the man who thinks about big ideas, so I decided to give him a call. And quite frankly, when I picked up the phone, I felt like I was calling for an audience with the Pope. I mean, after all, he's got the big ring, the Nobel Prize, and who am I? Talk about a rock star of science. Hey, you're a legend. Yeah, you're going to discover it when you hear their applause when you come out. He's amazing. He's amazing. My conversation with him exemplifies the saying, it's not where you start, but where you finish. So I asked him how and when he got started in science, and without missing a beat, he jumped right into it. It so happens, as a kid, he collected spiders, lizards, and snakes. Kind of a scary thought, but anyway, because he had a fascination with biology, and naturally, he put them in bottles of formaldehyde, which, by the way, he was quick to add, to mention his mother hated, but in his words, he said she put up with it. So if any of you moms can relate to this, well, stay in the game, because you might be raising a Nobel Prize winner. More important, he also revealed to me he wasn't a very good student. Hey, Mom, sound familiar? But there's hope, because in his junior year in high school, his physics teacher got him involved in challenging him with what he called hard problems. But still, upon graduation, he didn't have good enough grades to go where he wanted to. So he opted for community college in his freshman year. And again, another educator, this time his school counselor, took notice of Lee and had him meet the representative from Caltech. You know when reps go around to recruit? Well, you guessed it. Lee Hartwell got recruited to Caltech for his sophomore year. This is now 1958, and Dr. James Watson, who discovers the double helix structure of the DNA molecule, captures Lee's imagination and got the sophomore so excited he switches from physics to biology. Wow! Didn't we all in the world get lucky? If you're on my team, I'd go Hartwell. All right. So Lee didn't know it, but he was already rocking with his first step on his Nobel path. Dr. Hartwell, I wanted to share your story because it is inspiring and hopeful to our youth who are thinking about pursuing a career in science. And as we too encourage through our mission in the Geoffrey Beene Rock Stars of Science campaign. So thank you, Dr. Hartwell, for staying the course, improving the quality of all of our lives. It is my husband's, Tom's, and my honor to celebrate your distinguished and inspiring story thus far, and to have a footnote amongst all your distinguished awards. Please join me in congratulating Nobel laureate Dr. Leland Harrison Hartwell in receiving Research America's 2017 Geoffrey Beene Builder Science Award.